Here we are, movement snackers and snack mates, on Monday the 23rd of August 2021. This starts what will be a rather bit of a busy week for me. Don't know about you lot, don't know what you're up to. We've got to ride the waves with whatever life throws at us though, haven't we? And that means making good, or trying to make good, of most things. We always make good in a movement snack, so here's where you can start to begin your collection of movement minutes for today. We wipe that slate clean by the end of the day and we start over, but accumulative, these movement minutes will offer you some great benefits, and I think lots of you have already reported into us, told us your journey so far throughout the movement mission. And Monday begins but another week of movement missions. Are you ready to mission, people? Morning, Maddie. Morning, Dawn. You're the first two in on Super Monday today. 7:56, so we've got plenty of time for a bit of preamble. So please bring forth your messages. Share what you're going to be up to, what you have been up to, what you're thinking of getting up to. It doesn't quite land like that, does it? We've all got stuff on the to-do list. Some of it just gets kind of strategically bumped down or off. Oh, there's Nelson in the background, look. Morning. Nelson's in for the movement snack. Rommel's not, he's asleep in the background, and Napoleon's could be anywhere. He could have just let himself in somebody else's cat flap down the road, which he often does. Right, George has just joined us as well. You've had a busy few days. You're feeling a bit like you're loosening up then. Yep, no problem. Yeah, sitting in by the computer during the day, Dawn, it's no good, is it? Is it 17-month anniversary? Thank you, Vivian. Yes, of course it is. The 23rd. My goodness. We do keep clocking up these days, well, hours, days, weeks, months, even years. Thanks, George. That's funny. Napoleon is off conquering Europe with the rest of his catty friends. Morning, Margaret Wood, and she's saying hello to all of you cereal snackers. She's good at these, is Margaret. You're very good at these little phrases. I'm going to pinch a few. Happy 17-month anniversary then. Yes, it is. And I was just thinking, it's my birthday next month, and it'll be like my second birthday on Make Movement Your Mission, and I'm sure some of you lot have clocked up the same. I'm just thinking, wow, I never imagined that. Right, it's 7:59. Morning, Wendy. Great to have you along on a live. Yes, it is our 17-month birthday, the 23rd of each month. We clock up another, don't we? It's very clever, that. Nothing beats the cleverness of a movement snack though, does it? And if any of you have seen my welcome message this morning, I think you'll know. I'm gonna leave that with you rather than quote it. But yeah, you'll know what that means, and you'll get that, I'm sure. In between snacks, Dawn, I'm going to be ringing a load of potential clients for my Steady Steps classes that I do for Leicester City Council. And then noontime movement snack, and then over to a place called Evington, where one of our movement snackers lives, actually, near there. And we're doing some client assessments. So that's me today. Then footy training later. And then I might sit down, maybe. 8 o'clock it is. Shall we do this? What is our 23rd birthday? No, it's not. It is the 23rd, and it's our 17-month birthday. So here we are, a 3, 2, 1. Good morning and welcome. You know what day it is. 23rd, Monday the 23rd of August 2021. You're with me, Kelsey Leverton from Later Life Training. And I bring to you your 8 a.m. full of triple trios. The top, the trunk, the ankles, feet and toes. So let's get on with a bit of circulation boosting to begin with. That's if you've not started already. And we will work our way through uncrumpling, ironing out all of those bits and pieces that haven't moved much whilst you've been sleeping. Let's have a look down at feet first and start with feet hip distance apart. Same in seated. Sitting tall, standing tall. Make that trunk area your centerpiece. Feel like the rib cage is being lifted up and away out of your hips. Now, if you're in standing, you've got a few options for support, hopefully, either in front of you, to the side, something that's fixed, firm, that ain't gonna go nowhere if you give it a shove. Seat, firm, stable, fully glued, as my chairs are now. Lift and lengthen, take a few hip walks forwards. Let's set everything up before we set off into the Cirque Boost. Bring in some foot pedals when you are ready. Let's get the ankles moving most specifically here. Really lifting the heel high. Feel that crease across your toe bones. You may see that across the front of your shoes if you're wearing shoes at the moment, or well-fitted slippers. And if you're wearing socks, you'll feel the floor a little bit better. You'll see your feet and what they're up to a bit more as well. Leg marches, here we go. So picking the knees up a little bit higher, but not too high, because in seated especially, it will give you hip ache and it might seesaw you back or slump you down. So keep fighting against gravity and lifting your posture through. An arm swing, bring one of those in if you're ready, one at a time. Or you can bring both in at the same time. And this is a fluid swinging motion from the shoulders, which is a comfortable range of motion for you. As your shoulders warm up a little bit, you might be able to bring the arm swings a little bit bigger. But see how you feel after these small ones first, or smaller ones. Now in standing, do keep hold of your support if this combination of bringing in arm swings makes you feel a little bit unsteady, or if you lose a bit of your coordination. We want to remove all balance challenges from this circulation booster, because if we have to think about our balance a bit too much, then we may not achieve the desired effect of warming you up. So take a pause there. We'll leave our initial Cirque Boost here. We'll come back to some in-betweeny Cirque Boosts, and we'll hit with the top trio first. So you can have your hands lightly onto your support, just being mindful that if your support is quite low, as you lift your shoulders, you might not be able to touch it anymore. So something a bit higher might be better. Or your arms relaxed by the side. Here we go. Up we go with the lift, and down we control with the press. Now our arms and movements of the upper limbs require our shoulders to work well. And your shoulders, the joint and the girdle that make up your shoulder area, are responsible for a lot of different movements in different directions. One more there. Let's take this into a shoulder roll. So really getting into the upper back as we do this. So arms long and loose, heavy and relaxed, up, round, back and down. So reaching activities, dressing, putting stuff into cupboards, upwards, downwards, to the side. Our arms are extremely active throughout the day and need to move well. And just with a bit of preparation through the shoulders, we can achieve that. And over time, shoulders can improve what they're able to do. Right, I'm coming in for some head turns. So here we try and keep our Stay in still bits, still from the collarbone downwards. Hold on to your support. As we turn the head and move the head, sometimes we can challenge our balance or feel dizzy. We don't want none of that. So a slow, controlled movement to the side, coming back to the middle, meet me in the middle. That chin of yours stays moving across the same level. So hopefully it's not tipping up or dipping down. A bit longer of a pause in the middle if that helps manage any giddiness, dizziness that you may have. And saying that, some of you might not have it. It depends on our vestibular system. 5 on each side. Make them good. Try not to let the trunk and the shoulders shift at the same time as we work through mobilising your spine. I'm going to do one more on each side. Head turns work with shoulders, but here we get a chance to just really focus on that alone. Chin tucks for you all now. Again, same with the chin, try not to dip it down or tip it up. Eye line dead ahead, guiding with the fingertips if that helps. Bringing the chin right in like you're a tortoise, just kind of tucking its head back into its shell. We're having a look what's going on during the day and we're thinking, nah, let's go back. Retreat. As we retreat with the head, our neck will feel lengthened, the muscles around the spine will feel like they're moving and loosening, hopefully. And as they loosen up, we will mobilise the spine and hopefully achieve a better head on top of shoulders position. There we go, top trio done. Now for trunk trio, as we prepare, we need to get some movement perhaps into the trunk. We can do that through some supported arm rows. Try and keep your eyes focused forwards. For that same reason I gave for the trunk, for the head turns. Trunk on the brain today. You can clasp your hands in seated or standing and guide the elbow back here. Head stays still, hip stays still, it's just the middle bit that is moving here. Shoulders are turning and more importantly, trunk is moving. Now for all of these trunk movements that are coming right up, I'm going to invite you to adopt a shoulder distance or maybe a little bit wider position with your feet, and this will help to keep your balance and to keep your lower body still as we work on this section. If any bits of lower body start moving in with the moves, you may want to come into seated or you may want to make your movement smaller. That's how to sort it out really. So here we go then, let's do our trunk twist. You can fold your arms, you can use your support. Either way, the trunk turns, we glance over the top shoulder and we can add in an extra sneaky head turn there. And then come back to the middle, check the hips and move through the trunk. Keep going there. You can have your hands out the way or you can include a bit of a functional reach behind. We trunk twist when we're getting dressed, in and out of our clothes of course, when we're using the toilet, when we're doing any washing or reaching behind us, any driving manoeuvres, any turning manoeuvres as well. Here in seated, pretty much the same, but much easier to keep the hips still. There we go. I'm going to do one more on that side because I know I always start on the right, finish on the left. Sideways bends now. So you'll feel this stretch and pull a little bit along your side muscles, but we're mobilising the spine. Relax your arms, bottom is fixed and glued to the chair, down we go and recover. Now you'll probably notice the first couple on this particular spinal mobility move, can feel a bit restricted. But as you get through the third, the fourth, the fifth one, hopefully you'll be reaching that little bit further down the seam of your trousers or pyjama bottoms if you've not quite managed getting dressed yet. Or you'll be reaching that little bit further down towards the floor. So weights evenly shared over right foot to left foot, or right butt, left butt, cheek that is. And hopefully from what you can see me doing, I'm keeping my shoulders square, so there's not leaning or tilting forwards or backwards. Dave puts it as you're in a toaster. You don't want to burn your bum or burn your tum. There we have you. Right, trunk twist, side bends done. We're on our back extension, which is a great move for lifting, opening, mobilising your spine in that direction of backwards that the spine can move in, but might not move in too very far. Feet shoulder distance, knees bent, hips still. We want to just focus on the mid part of your body, lifting, lengthening. The eyes are looking forwards, and take it away. Just a small arc, extend, lift and extend, back we go. Now, if you are tipping your chin, your head will feel heavy as you go back, and that might compromise your balance. So do keep the chin tucked in like we did in that chin tuck move way back in top trio. And that should help you manage your balance a little bit better. Otherwise, sit down or stay in standing, but hold on to your support. Great for those of you who've got niggly backs. A mobile spine is a good spine to have. There we go. There's our trunk trio. Down at the feet level now. We are down at the bottom with some foot pedals. We're going to move into our final trio, ankles, feet and toes trio, but just with a little add-on few bits here to prepare the ankles a little bit more, and to think about our feet, our toes, our instep, the arch in your foot. If you would like, lift and splay the toes, just the toes. You probably can just see what I'm doing there. I'm not lifting the ball of the foot, just the toes. And you leave your toes flat down, seated or standing. This is exactly the same. We can lift and arch through. I'll show you there, get my other foot out of the way. Really trying to pull the arch away from the floor, tucking your toes under, one foot at a time. Great little moves to do. In your shoes, out your shoes, whilst you sat down watching the TV, after you've ate something and or you've had a cup of coffee at a table. That can be any table across the entire world. These can be crowbarred in. Right, let's have a look at our first option in seated. Holding the side of your chair, you're coming onto one leg and we're tapping the toes down. Light heel dig to replace. Biggest, best, most exaggerated movement for your ankle mobility. You can go all the way back in your chair and then point and pull back the toes from there. Try not to move too quickly. And if you are wanting to stay in standing, you need to be steady, standing on one leg. Take up some support. Lock off the knee. And then we've got the toes and the heel dig from there. Now really pulling the toes back. You may well feel some length come into the calf muscle. You can do additional calf stretches if you like, or crowbarring any of the stretches that we do in the 4 p.m. I'm going to change that side. So shift the weight onto the other leg. And if you're not holding on, that's great. You might have your steady stand and feel okay. But if there's a little bit of a change in your balance, just some light support can make that feel a whole lot better. Transferring through to walking, stepping actions, forwards, backwards, sideways, diagonal stepping motions. So very important for ankle mobility. There we have you. All done. That's your first, 15, 16, 17 minutes, it might well be, of movement minutes. Mobility is so important. If we're doing strengthening stuff or anything else, or playing any sports or stuff like that, then how you move can really make a difference to how you play that sport. And to how you manage doing stuff day to day. So there you go. It's all yours. Take it away. And I'll see you in 4 hours back for the 12 noon. Lots of love.